There's an incredibly oppressive feeling that comes from the hall absolutely immediately.
It was the morgue for the 1900 storm, and then portions of this back area was the infirmary for the Confederacy during the Civil War.
And right here, I can hardly breathe right here. Are you guys feeling problems with breathing?
I ride for a yearning to know, knowledge of the unknown, ghosts, spirits. They walk everywhere among us, so I'm told. At the end of this ride on a chilly Texas winter afternoon, I'll get a chance to see what's out there. We're headed to the island of Galveston. Haunted? Maybe. But as I'll soon discover, sometimes the thrill of the chase was worth the price of admission. The island played a role as a base for the Confederate Navy during the Civil War. The Union took control of the island briefly in 1862, but the Confederate Army mounted a bloody campaign and took it back on New Year's Day, 1863. More than 150 years later, some claim they're still here. I'm a reporter by trade. It's my job to find the light of truth. My passion is the unexplained. Galveston's a good place to start. Death is no stranger here. The Great Hurricane of 1900 washed away a third of the island along with 7,000 of its residents. The washed up bodies were too many to bury. Funeral pyres and temporary morgues were found on every corner. Loved ones drifted up in the sky in a thick black oily smoke. The ride this afternoon chills one to the bone, but as I'll soon discover, there will be more chills along our journey. Coming up on the road beyond.
The other soldier was standing there and he just looked at him and turned around and walked back up the stairs.
And he says, y'all aren't upstairs writing them? We says, no. And he says, well, there's two Confederate soldiers up there walking around the windows. And at the time, I didn't know this was Ghost Central, so I said, well, you know, I just didn't believe them.
Galveston at night, this is the main drag. The locals call it the Strand. My destination is LaCroix's Bistro, a small restaurant at the end of the block. I arrive around closing time. The building dates back to the 19th century. It served many purposes ranging from a trolley station to a Civil War infirmary. Now it's a restaurant. A team of paranormal investigators are awaiting me.
I'm going to be doing some audio recording digitally tonight and looking for ghost voices. What I do is commonly called EVP, or electronics voice phenomenon.
You talk about being attuned to yourself and trying to
Sitting in a room with other people.
Dr. Kim is a trained psychiatrist. She's on hand to evaluate the mental capacity of those who see ghosts and ones who claim to be one.
For people reporting, like when we do residential, I do some testing and some interviewing to kind of rule out major
Whether they're making
mental
stuff up and
illnesses.
making it.
And they'll walk you through places.
Cindy is a psychic. She claims she can see into the past and communicate with the dead.
Illnesses they have, death, how they experience death.
Do you have to go into a trance?
No, I wouldn't call it a trance. It's a light meditative state, probably.
Pete Haviland is our technical consultant. He leads Lone Star Spirits Investigations, a Houston-based group of paranormal experts. We're also joined by members of REI, another Texas-based group of ghost hunters. Tracy here says her specialty is to know where to point, click, and shoot.
Mother, yeah, followed his mother home when she left.
Robert is also with REI. He'll man one of our digital cameras with the hope of catching an image, something. Finally, there's Dash. He's a walking ghost tour of the island, but as we'll later learn, he has another gift, one that will prove very valuable later tonight.
She does both.
With our team assembled, it's time to start.
Everybody should get a chance to work in each rooms. And I think, how many rooms we got going? 4? And each group or each person, you'll have a camera with you with a walkie-talkie. If you start getting something, call us and I'll walk over to you and see what's going on. So Pete, you guys ready to do your walkthrough?
Our group breaks off into teams. Dash and 2 members from REI start their hunt outside the building. Our EVP expert, Richard Smith, starts off in a dark hallway. He's using a digital voice recorder. He'll run it through a computer program that isolates audible voices within ambient noise. The theory here is that spirits manipulate white noise to create sounds only picked up on tape or digital recordings.
First part of an investigation is to bring a psychic in and to find out where your hot spots are. This is Cindy Sewell. She'll be
Our psychic Cindy has not seen the building or been briefed on the building's history, nor its alleged ghosts.
Let me ask you, Cindy, have you been here before in this building? Walking in, what impressions do you get just walking in it? Anything?
Immediately, she picks up a presence in an upstairs balcony.
There would absolutely, definitely be activity.
Cindy has no prior knowledge of this building. I've told her absolutely nothing. So what you see on camera is what she gets for the first time.
Okay.
Outside, Tracy's team starts taking pictures of possible activity floating around the building. They focus on the upstairs area. Could this also be related to the presence our psychic just mentioned? Meanwhile, Cindy is starting to tune into the presence upstairs. She picks up the presence of a woman.
Okay, the energy that's up there is female. And I would say...
What happens next is intriguing. Cindy's description of the woman matches several eyewitness accounts of an apparition in a Victoria-era dress. Cindy has met none of them.
She walks back and forth a lot there. And she's waiting. She's waiting for something. Someone.
This is more residual pacing.
She has on a floor-length dress, but it's like casual dress, not like a ball gown. Like, so late 1800s, early 1900s. With any luck, if it's an intelligent presence, then she'll, at some point, once she gets comfortable, come down the stairs.
With a presence detective team member, Dr. Kim takes a measurement using an EMF, or electromagnetic field meter. The idea is that spirits have energy that can be detected within the electromagnetic energy spectrum. We're also using a laser thermal gauge. We're looking for any significant drop in temperature. The theory here is that the spirit will manipulate the energy around it in the air to manifest itself, thus leaving a cold spot. Coming up, we're off to a back stairwell where apparitions of soldiers have been seen. We'll compare our psychic's accounts with the restaurant's owner.
Don't mean to give you the shivers here, but...
And yours truly sees something in a dark hallway.
It was almost like a shadow, and it went from here to here.
We've come to the island of Galveston, Texas, searching for ghosts inside a 19th century restaurant.
We'll go through the kitchen. That'll take us through a hallway.
Psychic Cindy
back,
Sewell
and
later
upstairs
learned that this building
to the
played a
right.
role as an infirmary during the Civil War.
There's an incredibly oppressive feeling that comes from the hall absolutely immediately. And there's I have a pressure sensation right here on the back of my upper neck and the lower part of my head, which could end up being someone who passed away from some kind of blow to this area of there. But it's a real heavy, oppressive feeling that comes over. I have no idea yet.
Meanwhile, our EVP expert, Richard Smith, is reviewing the first batch of his recordings. Using a special program that isolates sounds, he comes across possible voices taped in the hallway. You be the judge. My team is headed upstairs. Our psychic has detected a presence in a back alleyway leading to a storage area above the restaurant. She stops at the top of the stairs.
I recall there's a child spirit, probably female. there's a lot of energy up here. That little room in there, you're gonna have, I don't know, there's something up with the hole in the floor, and and the space under it. When we came down that hallway, the space under that room there,
Okay.
there's a opening, a hallway. There's a strange, there'll be something there.
But that child is
Well,
not
there's
alone.
gonna be a
In fact,
female
Cindy
child
says we're
somewhere,
surrounded
but
by
there's more than
spirits,
just that one
both
presence.
above us
You're gonna
and
find
below.
from downstairs when we came down the hallway, there's a hole, like a doorway in the hall. I don't know where that leads to.
Right
But-
to the right.
To the right,
Yeah.
which would be approximately under this room. In that room and this room up here, you can tell there's going to be a presence. You're going to have activity up in here.
Downstairs, our other team of investigators are now in the building's entry. Using a digital recorder, Tracy asks questions, hoping someone from beyond will respond.
Do you want me to come upstairs and photograph?
We're going to go talk to Tommy LaCroix right now.
Now, if you can recall, Cindy felt the presence or a spirit of a woman in a Victorian-era dress. She had no prior knowledge of previous sightings of the spectra.
The street. She was facing me, and we were just talking, and she just got this blank look on her face. And her name's Stephanie. I said, Stephanie, R. And when I said R, I felt freezing cold air over my arms and my neck. And I said, are you okay? And she says, turn around. And I turn around and I don't see anything. And I said, what was it? She says, there was a Victorian lady standing behind you just listening to us talk.
You haven't spoke with the psychic.
No,
so,
I have not told
You haven't
anybody.
talked with the psychic.
No.
She told us she saw a woman pacing back and forth in that hallway on the stairs, dressed in Victorian-era outfit, pacing back and forth, looking like she was waiting on someone. That's the impression she was picking up.
Okay,
So
well,
that coincides exactly.
Yeah.
With the restaurant owner now completely freaked out over the comparison, our other team is back recording EVPs on that digital recorder. Dash and Richard ask questions with a hope that someone will answer them.
Spirits, you can see or hear us now. You have heard Dash speaking. My name is Richard. We seek to hear your voices. Please speak to us now.
Our psychic is back in the stairwell. She seems to have made contact with a man, possibly a soldier.
He has dark hair and a mustache, like a bushy, and he's young, but not real young.
It's still staying around about 0.4, 0.5. It is
Dr.
gone up
Kim
to
takes
1.5.
temperature readings around her,
In
looking for a
front of
cold
Cindy,
spot of
it's a
air
little
or
higher,
an indication of any presence.
Do you feel anything towards that hallway there?
The hallway? I tell you where I want to go so bad, and I can't get up there. I want to go up here and
Right.
to the right.
Okay.
That's where I want to go.
You guys heard a little bit of the history of the building yet?
I don't know the history of the building.
Okay. You want to go take a look back there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Very interactive spirit that apparently had some type of trauma to the right side of the back of his head, and that caused pain around the right, coming towards the front of his head, and he keeps blowing right up the front here. And it's really neat. Yep, here he comes.
I feel the breeze.
Yeah,
Where?
he's coming up this way.
Yeah, I felt the breeze. There's a wind. It's a strong breeze.
Where's he at now?
Where he just blew in. He blows in and blows out.
Okay.
Using a
I
computer
was
program
giving
to
my little
isolate
talk.
sounds, Richard believes he may have picked up another EVP.
Right here, this is me. Right here is a female voice, and right here, this is all noise back here. And I think somebody's voice comes in here. But here goes.
Please speak to me. Please speak to me.
What do you think?
Our psychic takes a listen.
I have no idea.
Now here's what we all thought that it said. This sounds like look up, and this says Piper.
It's like child's play to me.
Please speak to me.
Well, I definitely heard something, but I'm not sure what or who. The other group is now headed to the back stairwell to take a look around. the now being led by Dash. Remember how I said earlier that he has a gift that would come in handy? He refrained from telling us that he too can detect spirits. Remarkably, one of the spirits he detects matches Cindy's earlier description. They had not talked previously.
To say anything. I feel like there's a presence here, a little